Why is the Fed considering a CBDC now? Well, I have three answers. Number one, to replace cash with a tool of surveillance. That's like the writing's on the wall for that one. Number two, to establish limits on who can use dollars. Another big one that's kind of obvious. But number three, and to your point, yeah, it's to make it easier to conduct expansionary and repressive monetary policy. I mean, they can do helicopter money, they can do programmable money. You know, we've been in all these debates the last few years of like, you know, does QE cause inflation? And in my latest essay, tons of evidence to show that basically government intervention in the bond markets, QE causes massive asset inflation. And I think that's really, really clear and has all kinds of externalities, but it doesn't necessarily cause consumer price inflation, okay, directly. However, if the Fed has accounts directly with Americans, this is a different ballgame. And a CBDC would basically marry the Fed's ability to do QE and eat up, you know, sovereign debt with the ability to directly credit bank reserves into people's pocketbooks.
Shalom. I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders at Great Millstone, honor to all the brethren out here doing the work in the will of the Father in truth and sincerity. And I just want to go over this Fed now because you have a lot of people that don't even know this is happening, have no clue or understanding of what's going on. And this is one of the components that's going to lead to the MOTB, to the mark, the charagma, all right? And if you don't understand what I'm saying when I'm speaking this way, then where have you been, all right? This is what's going to lead to the grain of rice being inserted, all right, in your right hand or in your forehead. This is one of the startup programs, which is Fednow, and this Fednow will be launching in 2023. So they give you the reasons, the pros, but never stating the cons, all right, of Fednow. So as you can see, we're on the website. It says Fednow 24/7 instant payments. It says Fednow services. Get ready for instant payments. Whether your organization is already on the instant payment path or just started to plan your journey, we want to help you and your customers get ready for this exciting new change. So they make it seem like this thing is all about helping companies be able to purchase things. You know what I'm saying, within the seconds of when they want to purchase things, and instead of having to wait for the money to get approved or whatever. This Fednow, this program is not just for quick transactions 24/7. This Fednow is to basically put everyone, all banks, all right. If you have a banking account, the ideal is to get all the banks on one ledger, so that the Fed, all right, the central bank can control all of the banks, can keep up with all of the money, all of the transactions, all on a private ledger, not on a public ledger, but on a private ledger, meaning only certain people will have access and control to the accounts. And this is the con. Okay, so they could list all these pros and have you people feel like, you know, this is the thing to get into, but what they're not telling you is the cons. The cons is how the Fed will now be able to control your account. And for all you people that, you know, owe money, so far as like student loans, and this is why Biden had passed that student loan forgiveness, because they plan on taking you people money, man. All right, they plan on oppressing you people, and this is one of the keys to them being able to get into your wallet, get into your bank account anytime they want to. So if they see that you owe money to the government, they just go in and take it. But whether you gave them permission or not, They're gonna do what they want to do. That's what this Fed now. This is what the centralized banks are doing, man. Putting everything on a private ledger, making all the banks come together upon the one tree. Under what tree? The centralized bank tree. So that they can control who gets what. So they can control how much to take from who. So it's not gonna be left up to you to decide, oh, if I want to pay this, if I could pay this bill this week or not. No, if the Fed wants you to pay that bill, guess what? They're gonna come in and take that money and make you pay that bill, whether you had the money or whether you didn't have the money, man. Whether they could understand what was going on in your life, on the reason why you didn't want to pay it this month, or whether you didn't want to pay it just because you didn't want to pay it. No, they gonna come in and get it. So all these different loans and debt that you people have, now they're gonna continue. They're just gonna come in and take your money. This is another reason. This is another plot, scheme, and plan that Esau has. When I say Esau, the so-called white man, has to basically, live up to their motto. And what's their motto? You will own nothing and be happy. That's the motto. This is what they're trying to do, man. So, of course, when they start to go in and reach into people's pockets without them knowing, this is gonna cause major chaos, man. This is gonna cause people to be upset. This is gonna cause a lot of people to be homeless, to be broke, poor. And then we all know what's coming behind this when that happens. When they take all your money away, when they take everything away from you, because you will own nothing to be happy, right? So once they come in and take everything away from you, they're gonna bring the solution. And what's the solution? Universal basic income. And then from universal basic income, the mark, the MOTB. This is how they want to bring it along. But what they not understanding, see, they thinking they got hella time to bring this slowly. They think they're gonna have the time to bring it in slowly so people could adjust accordingly. But Esau don't understand that the Most High is finna speed up things. So he's not gonna have the time that he thinks he has. So therefore, he's not gonna be able to bring it in slow. He's gonna bring it in a hurry, man. All right, abruptly, and it's gonna cause, people major problems, man. So this is what's going on. So that's what this Fednow is about. This is all leading up to the MOTB, to the grain of rice being inserted in your left. In your right. Well, hell, in your left hand too. Whatever hand you may want to take it in, man. Or being inserted in your forehead, man. This program right here is what's going to lead to that. Because this program is what's going to give them control over all your finances. By all these banks coming up under one umbrella on a private ledger. Not on a public, but on a private ledger. To where they control the access of money. Where they control the taking away or giving of money. And this is what's going, like I said, and this is what's going to lead to the MOTB. So let's get into the scriptures. Oh yeah, before we get into the scriptures, I forgot about this. Can't forget about the carbon footprint. All right, so carbon footprint. Let's read the definition for carbon footprint. Then I break it down into layman's terms for all to understand. All right, so it says carbon footprint: the amount of carbon dioxide and other carbon compounds emitted due to the consumption of fossil fuels by a particular person, group, etc. So this Fednow also leads into the carbon footprint, which is what all these damn geeks run around talking about with the climate change. Okay, so this is what the climate change debate is all about this footprinting, man. So basically, in layman's terms, right along with the Fednow, with the CBDC, to link the carbon footprint into with the Fednow, what happens is this. So once the Fednow gets in place and it's controlling all the banks are on a private ledger. Now they can see your carbon footprint. They can see what you're buying, how many trips you're taking, what type of food you are eating. They can see everything. Now at any time, the Fed, they could go in and see these things, and they could decide, oh, this guy here, he does a lot of traveling. He does a lot of traveling to be single. He needs to slow down on his traveling. He's doing a lot of carbon footprinting. All right, he's messing up the climate. He's causing climate change. So therefore, instead of him being able to take 10 trips a year, we're gonna cut him down to 3 trips a year. And guess what? They have the ability to do it. Because why? Because they could go into your account and stop you. So now when you go to the airport to try to purchase a ticket, you may be able to purchase that ticket. Boom, you go on your flight, you take off, you're good. Then next month, say you want to take another flight, you purchase another ticket, boom, you're good. Then the next month you take another flight, boom, you're good. But guess what? That's the 3 trips that they said you could take. Now all of a sudden, you want to take another trip, but guess what? Now you can't. Now you're not allowed. Now when you try to take the trip, when you try to purchase a ticket, it says denied, declined. Why is that? Because the Fed is controlling you because of your carbon footprint. Because you've taken too many trips, because you're messing up the climate. You're not abiding to the rules and regulations. You're causing climate change to happen. And this is where the carbon footprint is going to come into. And this goes into the food too. You're going to have people going to the store, and you may have a family of 4. So your family, you may buy a lot of meat products because of the size of your family. But the Fed, they may say, oh, these guys are eating too much meat. They need to become vegetarians for 2 months. So now, when you go in and try to purchase some meat, every time you try to purchase the meat, you get declined. Why? Because according to them, you are messing up the climate. Your carbon footprint is telling them that you eat too much meat. And they say that you eating too much meat and that you should be a vegetarian. So the only thing that you could get for this month or for these 2 months are vegetables and fruit. This is what you're going to eat. So this is the carbon footprint. And this is how the carbon footprint matches with the CBDC, matches with the Fednow. Because without the CBDC, if you was just using cash, you could go buy what the hell you want to buy. All right? Because they can't control, they can't see what you paying with cash. But see, once cash is out the way and everything is digitalized and they have the controls of the banks through Fednow, now they can see every transaction. Now there's no more cash out here. Now you don't have no cash that you could go and pay for trips or go pay for whatever you may want to pay for without the Fed knowing. So this is what the carbon footprint is about, with the climate change, linking in with the Fednow, linking in with the CBDC. And like I said, eventually that's going to bring in the universal basic income, which is going to bring in the MOTB, the mark, the grain of rice that's going to go in your right hand, left hand, in your ass, wherever you may want to take it if you bow down to the system. All right, the charagma that's written up in the scriptures. Now let's get into the scriptures, headed to Revelations. All right, so we're here at Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all. Who is this he? This he is Esau, Edom, Idumea, the so-called white man, the wicked, the devil, Lucifer, the dragon, the serpent, the red horse of the scriptures. This is the he that causeth all. This is his system. This is the system that he's putting in place. He is the he that causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So all, everyone that's on this earth, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And that mark means what? Charagma, an incision, to be placed in, to be cut into what? Into your skin. So it's going to be a device that's going to be cut into your skin, inserted in your skin. Verse 17, and that no man, meaning, when it says no man, meaning the rich, the small, the great, the poor, the free, the bond, meaning mankind. All right, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So you're not going to be able to buy or sell in this man's Salakia, in this man's kingdom, empire. All right, this is the plot, plan, scheme that Esau is coming up with. This is what goes into this Fednow, into this carbon footprinting, into this CBDC, which is going to head to the mark that you may not be able to buy or sell, say he that had the mark. And why is that? Because there will be no more dollars. The dollars will be no more. They will go obsolete. The only thing that you will have out here is digital currency, which will be controlled by who? By the Fed, by Esau, the so-called white man. So this is fitting right into biblical prophecy. This is what's happening. This is what's going to happen. But whether you people want to believe it, like it, love it, understand it or not, this is what's going on in the here and now. This is not something that's 20 years away, 15 years away, 10 years away. No, this is in the here and now, like the right now, man. They are rolling this thing out in 2023. All right, in 2 months. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast. When you get a name, that means you're labeling something. You're tagging something. When you receive that mark, you are being labeled. You are being tagged. All right, you're gonna be linked to a basically to a number in the system. And that tag that you receive, that mark that you receive, is going to be linked to that number. And that's how you're going to be tracked and controlled. This is what they're doing. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And that's what you will receive. Once again, you will receive a number. And it said of his name. Of his name. What's the name? This system, the fourth industrial revolution, the global reset, merging man with computer. So when you get that number, when you receive that number, you're going to be locked into the system. Meaning you're going to give your body over, your rights over to Esau, Edom, Idumea, the so-called white man, the devil, Lucifer, the serpent. All these are code names for the so-called white man in the scriptures. The wicked, the dragon, the red horse. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. So when you count something, that means that you're considering. So it says to consider the number of the beast. You're supposed to be looking around and considering this system and what it's trying to do. It's trying to, hey man, it's trying to number you. It's trying to get control of you, man. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding consider the number of the beast. Consider, when you number something, what are you doing? You're labeling. So you got to see how this beast is trying to label you. It's trying to keep count of you. You're supposed to consider how this beast is trying to label you, control you, keep count of you, enslave you. This is what you're supposed to be doing. And what is the beast? This system, man. The system that this wicked white man has in place. For it is the number of a man. Yeah, this system is the number of a man. A man is what came up with this system. What man? Who's pumping this? Who's pushing this in the media? Who's setting up the Fednow, the CBDC, the universal basic income, the global, what is it? The carbon footprint, the fourth industrial revolution, merging man with computer. Who's doing this? Who's pumping this? Who's using the media and the propaganda machine to set this up? Yeah, you guessed it right. That man, the wicked, Esau, Edom, Idumea, the so-called white man. He's the man. This is his system, man. He's in control of this beast system. He's the one that's trying to number, label, and count humanity as if he's God. As if he's Yahweh, who you people ignorantly call God. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6, which is a barcode, which will go with that, karabna, all right, that you receive, whether you receive it in your right hand, your left hand, your forehead, up under your thigh, in your damn left calf, right calf. Well, you receive, if you go along with this system, you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, which you are the biblical Israelites, according to your father. Again, according to your father, not according to your skin color. If you go along with this system and you receive this mark, this karagna, this grain of rice, this MOTB, this chip, you receive it and you go along with this system, you will be put to death, man. No ifs and buts about it. You will receive death, man. You will go into the lake of fire, man. Which the lake of fire is America, man. All right, that's the lake of fire. When what you ignorantly call the World War III, which is the third woe in the scriptures. Okay, it's the third woe. World War III is the third woe for all you people that didn't know. So when the third woe happens and you receive this mark and those ICBM nuclear missiles make their way over here, you will not escape. You will receive your reward, man, for receiving that mark. And you will receive that lake of fire, man, which shall be a miracle, man, which shall be hit from the east to the west, man, from the north to the south, man. This whole place that you people trust in and believe in shall be liquidated, man. Shall be hit with intense heat, fire, man. So all these things are taking place, man. These scriptures are living, are manifested, man. These prophecies. Everything is falling into place. All the prophecies are on the playing field, pretty much, man. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, hey, it's high time for you to wake up out of sleep, man. For this is not your rest, man. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. Honors to all the brethren out here doing the work in the will of the Father in truth and sincerity. Shalom.